All right, so we're live. Pardon slight technical difficulties as my screen sharing stopped working. I do have sound bed music going on. It's been really
Oh,
loud the last few times on YouTube only for some reason. Doesn't sound too loud on Twitch. So I got it real low this time. And if it's still loud on YouTube, well then screw them. It's them. It's not me. It's them. Yeah.
mhm,
I didn't quit them. They quit me.
mhm.
Wait, no. Bloody Appalachia. It's been a bit. Things have gotten interesting. But here we are back again. Well, let's go over our characters real quick. Jameis, tell us a little bit about who you're playing and what you remember about the end of last episode, because I believe we left camera on you as we faded away.
oh, I'm Lars von Trier. I'm the filmmaker here, hired to actually produce this damn show, which no one else is interested in making.
No.
I've got my camera. Uh, we were chasing down the supposed creature. I think it was this one. Chased down the creature that had found fake news, and I was editing together tape from that. And the last thing we had was the FBI ghost guy, who was just naturally there as part of me editing the film, saying that what's her name from the um, vet was going to die next. And I was like,
Yes.
yep, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Richard's character got some really sage advice by the young goth high schooler who's really into metal. Tell us all about your character there.
I mean, I would do, but I don't care because that was the
Exactly.
advice I was given. Don't care about anything. Yes. Professor Dunhill no longer cares about anything, not even supplying you with the treats that you so desired before. Nope. That's not what he's going to do anymore. He's just going to sit there and not care.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because that's the best way to fend off the horrors in Bloodworth is to just not care so much that people are being destroyed and rendered and disemboweled and dying in utterly horrific ways. Sometimes in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
I know. And you get blood on your shirt. I mean, you can care about the dry cleaning. That's okay. Dion, tell us about the face of this television crew. Which I will remind folks that again, our crew is here because they are filming they're filming their debut episode, their pilot episode for a public access channel show. Actually, no, I guess you guys already did the pilot, and that's what got you the money. They're
I
like,
have
yeah,
no
we want
idea
you to do
about it.
this as a series, right? Yeah. So you're given some money. You're given the winter to come out to Bloodworth because it was the closest place you could reach on the money that you were given that has some historical hauntings, and that's why you're here. Yeah. But again, Dion, tell us about the face of this.
I'm fake news. I am a modest 27-year-old woman who survived unspeakable horrors in her past involving Bigfoot and the Mothman, and apparently surviving unspeakable horrors here, and it's freaking me out.
I kind of like to think that Bigfoot and the Mothman are like clocking out. It's like, oh, it's your turn to honor now. Get some coffee. Tag, you're in. And to bring up our comedic relief, as his brother was so fond of doing, why don't you tell us about your character, Bill?
Well, my name is Chad Blutarski. I'm a college student. You might have heard of my brother. Most people have. I had I met with the dean before we left on this trip, and I somehow have a negative grade point average.
Hmm?
So I figured, these guys would be a good way to get some credit and have a little bit of fun. So here we are.
It's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get enough credits for this. This think of it as winter school instead of being on winter break. You're doing credits, which will get you to a positive number. On
That's
your
what I'm hoping for.
GPA.
Positive grade point average. That's all I need.
It's not a 1, but it's not negative.
Right. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. So yeah, you guys had a hard time last time with lots of stuff being thrown at you. Fake news is back after surviving a harrowing event, when she was being taken to the hospital in Aviation Hill. It never made it there, and she had to walk back. Did the walk of shame back to town after appeasing a creature with some alcohol.
Yeah, some moonshine.
Yeah.
Right.
Went back to try and find the location. No car to be seen, but after delving around in the forest for a bit, there was a pit with all kinds of shreds of metal embedded in the walls and a body.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. That all happened. So everyone got what sleep that they could. It's a new day. So you got a couple of things to look into. I'll go over a few, and if I missed any, you can tell me some of the things that maybe you had planned. There are a couple of parties happening this Friday. For one, there is it's not a rave. This is too early for something called a rave, but there's a party going on down at the old factory. Bunch of teens and college students are going to be out there hanging out. A group of college students is going to perform a rite in the woods. That they're sure that, the fertility god that they found information on, fecundity could be profits. It could be money. That's what it could mean. Yeah.
Oh, it will be for our film.
Cha-ching. So that's going on the same night. You are also, you're also unofficially FBI assets in their continuing efforts to stop a drug running gang of a motorcycle gang that is peddling drugs in the area up and down the interstate here. Yeah. Let's see, what else? What else did we miss? The vet that's back in town, a little shell shocked. Her boyfriend's missing, presumed dead. Yeah.
What you
And
gonna
she's
do?
apparently next. Allegedly.
Well, which none of you know. I mean, it's just
No.
James's friend, or Lars von Trier's friend, that is perfectly normal for him to be there in the editing bay.
Yep.
So are we going to film this party?
Well, there's two parties going on, not necessarily at the same time, because you kind of figure that the shindig with the high school students and the college students in the old factory are probably going to go longer than the mystical rites that are being done around a campfire by a bunch of very soft college students who probably can't stand to be out in the woods for very long. Once they realize that nature has biting insects and is cold and, no roof out there, they probably want to go home after a short amount of time.
When
I mean, it depends how much they're not going to get any. It's not graded, is it? It's not an extracurricular activity that they're going to get extra credit points or anything on, is it?
No, not at all. It's just a fun thing that the club is doing.
Fun.
All right, so those are the plot points that I have just thrown out there as bait. You guys might have some other things you wanted to look into. Up to you. There was, like somebody said at the beginning, top of the episode, that looking for the creature, that fake nurse news. I just want to say fake nurse now.
Hell
Fake
yeah.
news appeased. I mean, there's that.
Yeah. No, we tried. Nothing happened.
We looked in one place and it wasn't there, so we're all done now.
If at first you don't succeed, give up, and why'd you even bother the first time?
I want to see this fertility party.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's near the university. I want to go to as part of that, I want to go to the film AV club and see if I can get some extra cameras or if they want to help film it or something. Because
All right.
just the one camera angle on it isn't going to be great. We need more cameras.
Well, I mean, you can do that, or you can just simply go to a big box store in Aviation Hill. Either way will require you to drive out to Aviation Hill.
Yeah, well, that's where the thing is anyway. So
Or you can check the pawn shop in town.
yeah, I thought
The
we
only
did that.
general store in town is basically part of a gas station, so there's not a lot there. But the pawn shop might have stuff.
We went to the pawn shop in the university town before.
Did
No,
we?
you went to the
Yeah.
pawn. Well, you did, but you also went to it here once, I believe, early on.
Did we?
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure I did because I made reference of trying to find a camera there because because Jane must have been watching a movie. No, there was a video game where someone got a weird camera from a pawn shop. Oh, let's try and do that there. But you said no, there was no such thing, so I gave up.
Yeah, but it's a pawn shop. People bring stuff in all the time. Anyway, I'm just saying that the only likely place you'd find something like that in town would be the pawn shop because there's really not any big box town or big box store around. Everybody goes to Aviation Hill for that.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Just go to the AV club and just grab some of their stuff. Would probably be simplest.
Well, I suppose there's the junkyard because not just cars are brought there. Like in general, stuff that would be scrap for the metal value and stuff could be found there as well. But yeah, who knows? Who knows?
I don't know if we want to show our faces there after what we did to the car.
Yeah, you haven't heard back about that yet. The remnants of that vehicle were towed back to Tin Man's auto salvage yard.
is that where we got the car from? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense, I guess.
You're pretty sure you lost the deposit on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's a new morning. I assume everybody is up and fresh and healed for the most part.
Yes, I'm actually at full.
Which is like 10 times the hit points I have, I think.
I have 25.
So assume you're having food downstairs once again because there are other places to eat around town. Like this place seems to be pretty homey so far, and the food's been good. Standard brunch / breakfast lunch being served. Those of you that have any points from eating mystery meats in the past, please make me magic saves again.
You keep asking for this, and I don't know why, because I never make it. I made it somehow. How? I've refused to put points in it. Somehow I made it.
And I think Bill, your character as well, has got points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are we making?
A magic save. Oh, close. Do a D20.
20. Okay. I can control my own computer.
Oh.
Well,
is that bad?
No, that's good. You want to roll under, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're both fine. The food is okay. You kind of gotten used to it now, so you're expecting its normal high quality, and it doesn't fail to reach that. You're just, you've had it so many days in a row now. And the menus don't change much, so it's the same stuff all over again. But the coffee's always good. Not many folks in here today.
I wonder why that is. I wonder if there's some sort of festival or town celebration or something going on. Or whether, they just know it's crappy cooking day or something.
Are you musing out loud?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let me pull up my NPC sheet. Okay, so it is It's Lacey who's at the is waitressing this morning, and she's like, "Oh no, honey, it's near the first of the month, so people got their government checks in, so they're all cashing it and going out to Aviation Hill to buy up all the stuff they need."
Okay.
I thought people here couldn't get to Aviation Hill.
What?
thought
mean,
Well, certain people can't.
I was just saying, I think it's only outsiders that
Mhm.
get to enjoy this lovely town on a permanent basis. People who are born here, they're free to come and go as they please. Yeah.
Do that many people from here get government checks?
Oh, honey, yeah. There's a bunch of farmers here that see, there's this program.
Oh, the subsidies.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. So the government said that you don't grow your corn on alternating years, and we'll give you some money for not growing corn. And then they jumped right on that. So they getting paid for not farming their farms. You see, this was a thing.
Yep, it was.
It was certainly some decision that someone made that obviously they thought was good at the time. They should know that it was good at the time.
Like daylight savings.
Yeah.
Oh, well, looking down my list, I also see a note about a pawn shop here. Apparently, the leather-bound books in German, which had alchemical symbols in the margins, they're going to be free today as well.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
maybe we can drop in there.
We may want to go see what the state of our car is in and see if we can actually get that, because we still need something to get around this place with the hills and everything. And if I have restored it, then I've got my camera set up there.
So what do you want to do first? Of course, just going down to the pawn shop to check on that book is close, and then the Tin Man's auto yard is still in town too, but it's a little ways up a hill.
The pawn shop was the one in
Not the pawn shop. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's the one in Aviation Hill. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, for the special book.
Yeah, that was. He said I think come before 7 because he closes at 7.
Mhm.
So we can.
Yes, you're right. It was towards the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to Aviation Hill when we feel like it, do the shopping if we want, and then meet the pawn shop before 7. And then I think the thing starts at 7 at the.
No, well, the race
forest.
might, but the rituals at midnight, because they think it's more important then.
Yeah, it's like 7:30 or something like that. It was like really close to the same time that the pawn shop closed, I remember.
Yep, that's when they're gathering because they got to go out and they got to set up the site and create their bonfire, following all safety measures that Smokey the Bear would approve of. Because covens indulging in dark magic are very, very particular about not starting forest fires.
Fire safety is important if you want to have another ritual.
You don't want to accidentally, off the sacrifice before you get to the sacrificial portion, do you? That would be very bad form.
I can see the middle of the ritual. They're like, does that count?
Well, I've just been met. Well, since Bert's pushing us towards the pawn shop here.
No, I mean, do anything you want to do. I was just pointing out that this town is decidedly lacking in any place to buy stuff.
Yeah, I know. But we still need to get our car. If we go to the car yard and the pawn shop's on the way, we might just have a quick peek in and see whether they're interesting. Otherwise, go get the car, I assume. Well, what do you guys want to do?
What do you want to do?
I was just going to say, I don't care.
Yeah. I honestly am
do,
kind of good with whatever. I mean, Richard's professor told me about, just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm still slightly in shell shock and processing that knowledge and just like, yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to do. What do you feel is best? You want to check out the shops here while town's quiet, or I mean, we have all day. It's just breakfast time. I'm just eating oatmeal for the record.
You guys never get up early, so it's like it's almost noon.
I get up early. I go for morning jogs. I mean,
Yeah.
lately I've probably been sleeping in.
I'm not sure it matters what time we get up anymore.
Great.
I'm sure it'll be a perfect day no matter what we do.
Hmm.
I look forward to you fantastically coming up with a plot then, not caring about anything, Guy.
All right.
I've decided that rather than going, oh, I don't care about anything, I'm just going to be, slightly upbeat about everything instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Being caring on all the same level. I don't care that that person died. It's probably a good thing because, now their body can be eaten by other animals and it will introduce, more things back into nature, etc. Yes.
My, those entrails are a lovely shade of pink.
Exactly. Yes, I'm sure it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
lean over to Professor. What drugs are you on, and can I have one?
I'm not currently on anything, but yes, I have. Well, wait, no, yes, no, I still have some here, don't I? Yeah. It was just the stuff that I was carrying at the time that was generously given to those bikers that we met. Yes. Yeah.
Do you have a Xanax?
I have something that says Xanax on it. I'm not entirely. I do not think it is, but yeah, try one.
No. If you're not sure, I'll pass.
Well, it's here if you want it.
I'll offer fake news a swig off of my flask of moonshine.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, yeah. It tastes great with the coffee too. By the way,
Wait, what flavor moonshine is it?
I think it was peach. I think everybody
Is it
grabbed peach.
Well, I had pear.
Oh,
I
you had
remember.
pear. That's right.
So it's peach. I just looked down at my coffee. I look at that. I look at the coffee.
If you can
Fuck it.
taste a peach and all that, more power to you.
All right, yeah. So breakfast done. Very few people in here today. So Lacey, I mean, she's attentive. She, fills your coffee, takes away your plates, but mostly she's just watching morning shows, which around this time is probably like Maury Povich and a lot of talk shows.
Maury.
It's late morning when you're looking at soaps.
Yeah,
Days
soaps.
of Our Lives and
As the stomach churns. Yeah.
In 1986, I went to New York with my drama class, and we saw Maury Povich and Connie Chung eating in Sardi's. And Hal Holbrook walked by us and said hello.
I'm sure that story would be more exciting. I knew who the hell these people were. So. But I don't.
It's American culture.
Well, culture. Yeah. Okay. So again, throwing it out to you. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to, but no one wants to do anything. So
just do it. Just
Why don't we
walk out the door?
I'm gonna walk out the door.
I'm gonna follow and be like, well, he's got something.
So you're down your SUV / Range Rover, which you kind of needed to get onto the back trails and stuff, but you still have your van. So you take the van up to the 10-man place, and like magic, your SUV, while battered and the paint is got primered but not repainted, bumper is strapped on with some rope. It's repaired. In at least running condition. You can see the crease in the. Well, he put a new bumper on, but you can still kind of see the crease in the hood where the tree ran. He's like, oh yeah, you folks realize you did lose your deposit, but I won't ask for another one at this point.
Yeah, that might happen again. We can't guarantee it.
Yeah, that's why I'm just giving you back the same vehicle here. Now she'll run just fine. She leaks a little oil. I put a cord in every couple of days or so, but She'll suit you just fine.
Excellent. Thank you. Now,
Thank you.
Chad, are you going to crash this one this time?
Not intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
As you're all sitting there, I mean, you don't have any idea how often they get new stuff in here, but you're noticing that there's kind of like a what were the really popular kind of mobile home things in the 70s? Starlight.
Winnebago.
No. They're I can't remember the wind chasers or starlights or something like that, where they're very like suppository shaped camper things. You know what I'm talking about. I see you nodding there, Dion. There is one that looks like it's been accordioned, like it hit something and it kind of buckled in the middle, and that's like a new piece that's there, and his boys are already going at it with blow torches, cutting off usable pieces and such. You notice that there's a bunch of like a refuse pile, if you will, next to it of stuff they've been pulling out. It's like all camping gear, like tents and backpacks, and it's like all like new looking stuff.
Oh,
Recent addition? Recent acquisition?
Like they're brand names you'd recognize in your local Sears or
No, to him. I'm saying recent acquisition.
Oh yeah. The sheriff reported this to us as for claiming. They spotted it out in the woods. They tried to get a hold of the owners, but no luck. So he said it was salvage. Just yanked it out here today. A lot of fine stuff in it. Probably going to take it all down to the store and see if we can get any money off it. But if you folks find anything in there, we got some machetes, we got some ditch digging equipment, we got some tents, we got some backpacks. All of it looks to be pretty good. There's some blood stains here and there, but otherwise not bad.
What do you think happened to make it?
Well, that's really odd. Like if so he's walking around it and you're kind of following him. And if you notice, there's no damage to the front of the car here. I'd say they hit something, and due to the mechanical structure of the thing is kind of weak in the middle and just accordioned in like that. But if you'll notice, there's no damage to the front end at all. So, thinking man might say, well, maybe they rear-ended something. Takes you around to the rear end. Nope, not a spot on her. Although her license plates have been removed. Sheriff got the VIN number off the engine block. He's been trying to track it down, but he said that we can go ahead and salvage it.
Wild. Where were they found?
Oh, 10-ish miles out into the woods.
Oh.
Kind of points off into the distance.
I love their casual attitude about, we just found a car out in the woods. There are people missing. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, that's kind of the lore of the area. People go missing here all the time.
Yeah, no big deal.
But again, the local police will assure you that the incidents of lost people are no more than national averages.
Well, that's good to hear.
I know. I feel much better.
They had all kinds of food in there too. They had that posh trail food, the freeze-dried stuff you stick it in a pot and reheat. I mean, boys had some for breakfast today. It's pretty good. There's a box or two of it over there. Ooh. And Lars, you notice that amongst all that kit they were talking about, there's a couple of the weatherized crates that you'd put like industrial equipment in, and you see some tripods sticking out of the massive tents.
Ooh.
Mind if we have a look?
Oh, yeah. I'll make you a good deal on anything you find in there.
Let's go have a look.
Two very nice professional grade tripods. They even got the little bubble level on it, so you can make sure that the shot's right. You can tell by the mount that they're meant for VHS recorders. There's two of those industrial watertight tubs there. Unfortunately, they do have locks on them. Padlocks.
If I know our group, that's not going to be a problem. Well, actually, if we own it, then we own the padlocks. We can do what we like with them.
Mhm.
Is it the sort of padlocks you can just knock them out, or is it going to completely destroy all sorts of stuff?
No, you can definitely just take a sledgehammer to them, and either the lock will break it or it'll break the eyes on the container and just rip them out, rip it off the container. It's not going to hurt whatever's in it. It'll
Right.
ruin the container though.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we could just go. What's the guy's name? Tim? Tal?
Which guy?
He probably is the guy that runs the yard.
Okay, well, you're talking to him.
Yeah. What's his name is what I'm asking.
That's what I'm looking at my NPC
Okay.
list.
So I'm just thinking he probably has something like bolt cutters or something.
He's got bolt cutters, yeah.
Yeah. Just mind if we?
Well, no, that's
Well-
that would devalue things here. So let's talk about cash on the barrel head for unknown merchandise. Well, what are you paying me for each one of them containers? Sight unseen. He kind of kicks it a little bit, and you can hear that it's heavy. There's stuff in it. Could be bricks of gold.
I don't know. What do you think, Professor? I think you seem to have a good eye for this sort of thing.
Do I? Looks over some. No, I don't think. What? I don't think so. What? What, Jameis? Genuinely, what are you asking me here?
Can you pick locks? I think.
No.
Yeah,
money skills. You have like
Money skills. Oh yeah.
Oh,
what I'm
appraisal and that sort of thing.
Yeah, appraisal.
I mean, I don't know what's in there, so I can't give you.
Well, I will tell you just by
I thought
having
all together.
points in the
Altogether.
skill that the cases alone are like $100 cases in the 1980s.
Oh.
Like those are expensive,
Wow,
watertight cases.
Watertight.
Mhm.
Blood tight is another way of putting it. Yeah, so you don't have any of that sort of skill. I thought you did.
Looks over things. No, I don't think so.
All right.
If I did have it, I have. It is not there on my sheet anymore. It's mysteriously disappeared. I'm afraid.
Dion is mouthing something, but we don't know what it is because his microphone.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. It's the new headset. It doesn't light up when I mute myself anymore.
Yeah.
I have investigation. Can I like rattle the box a little? And
You don't need investigation to do that. Whatever's in it must be protected by foam and very tightly fit because nothing rattles, but it's heavy. Like there's stuff in there.
All right. How many boxes are there?
2. There's 2 of these boxes.
How about 200?
200, huh? Now we're talking cash money, not into these fancy plastic card thingies, which I don't take.
Yeah.
All right. I tell you what, though, don't open them with the boys around. Though they've been talking about it may be full of drugs and other things that they might like. Let's not make them feel bad if there's something really good in there. But I'll take 200. Why don't you just load it in the back of the old van or the SUV over there?
All right.
Actually, it's a Jeep, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Jeep that you guys rented.
I shell over 200 doll hairs.
Ah, you got an eye for any of this camping gear here? There's some nice stuff.
I'm not against it, but we're not exactly outdoorsmen or women's.
All right. Well, if you change your mind, let me know. I'll probably take it down to the pawn shop tomorrow and see what I can get out of it all.
Well, I was going to have a quick look over something. I mean, given this is a camping home or something, I presume they've got some sort of medicine type chest or something.
First aid kits.
thing. Yeah.
He kind of goes through and picks through, and he pulls out like a metal first aid kit. He's like, yeah, they got one here.
Just have a look through and see what is in there.
Okay. It's the kind you would buy off the shelf in a good store. It's not basic by any means. Like there's some good stuff in there, but they're like aspirin. There's nothing like really useful drug wise, but it's a good kit. Like if somebody got a broken limb or they were bleeding profusely, what's in the kit could mean the difference between life or death.
I mean,
there is one thing of interest. There are snake venom. There's a vial of snake venom antidote. which is just the generic stuff, which may or may not work. It just really depends. You would assume that they got the stuff for this region of America.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's not normal for a first aid kit. That was an extra put in there.
I'm sure they know what they're doing. Well, huh.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, let's see if we can take this then. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know that we've got one. I'll take a first aid kit if. I don't know how much it is or what it would be worth.
About a 10 spot. We call it good. We got plenty of first aid gear around here. I won't get much for that.
Sure. Sounds good.
Box is nice. Good metal box.
Yeah. We'll also look out for some nice heavy duty torches, which might be some. There might be some of the camping gear.
So like lantern. Yeah, they've got some of the they take the big D cell, those type. They last forever. They got some of those in there. Some Coleman lamps. They also have some traditional oil lamps as well. The good rugged kind, metal housing, but still has the glass hurricane lamp in the middle. Looks like those got some use. Like the wicks have been burned. There's still plenty of oil in them though.
And some tarps. I don't care about them full thing, but tarps are always useful. You can never go wrong with a couple.
There's a lot of tarps. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's just say you got some light sources, you got some tarp, some rope, and some stakes, just in case you need to stake anything out. $50, another $50, and you can take anything you want there.
I'll take that out. Also, did you have over your past recent acquisitions? Have you picked up any other cameras and stuff other than what's potentially in there?
Oh well. We got some VHS players I found. No cameras though.
I'll have a look at them, but might be depending on. I mean, you sort of have that sort of thing with playback if you want to check text and stuff.
Oh, maybe they have home movies.
They are literally the rental boxes from a Blockbuster from another town.
Ooh. Those things will have seen.
Yeah. It's got the Be Kind Rewind stickers on the side.
Yeah.
Strangely, the VHS tapes that were also Blockbuster rentals are all on like survival topics. Probably Mutual of Omaha.
I mean, we could find out who rented these if we really wanted to know the name of these people or anything. And phone up presumably as it's in the Blockbuster thing, it's got like the store's name and number on there or something. We could call up and say, "Hey, who rented these tapes?"
Yep. The VHS the players, the cases do have like a serial number and the Blockbuster, and you can tell the area code it's not this area code, so it's different.
Although presumably, if the Blockbuster has gone bust, such that the stuff's here, they probably won't be able to get in touch with anyone to find out who rented tapes.
No, maybe, but I choose to believe that they sold these to them. And the business is still going fine. Yeah.
I mean, if they still look rugged and look like they could work, I could potentially see.
Oh yeah, those things were beasts. Yeah.
I'll ask them to drop them off at the inn, the hotel.
The hotel cafe combo. Yeah.
Hotel cafe. Yeah.
Taste of Bloodworth. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. They got to go into town anyway. They'll drop it off there.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Are you guys after anything else?
I think we have everything. I think I have everything I need at least.
Is Chad after anything? Is fake news remembering to demute herself to ask questions?
I'll take a shovel.
Okay, yeah.
Just a random shovel.
Yeah, it's one of those camp shovels that you can like turn into like a spade, and they're small, they're compact, but very useful.
Did we pick up any of that spare freeze-dried food? Because I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
There's still 2 unopened boxes. You gotta get the idea that they opened another box this morning and ate a bunch of them.
I think we should take them. Yeah,
Yeah, because,
Sure.
you know.
you can throw that in your list. I'm adding my camp shovel. Hell yeah.
You picked up the camp shovel. So the camp shovel has one of the, it's got a serrated edge on it that you kind of use it for a really poor saw if you needed to. And then it's got one side that's sharpened to an edge that you could use as like an axe if you needed to.
hmm
There's some dried, flaky brown stuff on that edge.
Yeah, someone's using it for tomato ketchup that they tried to spread on their sandwiches. That's what I'm sure it is.
Yeah, there's just residue. No big deal. I'm sure.
Oh, and the bottom of it, like the half bottom, has a little bubble compass on it.
hmm Nice. Make sure it's level.
Hmm?
Okay.
That's a point. Compasses. Do we want compasses? We need that sort of tracking stuff. Nah, I'm sure we'd quite able to get lost.
Is it compasses or compi?
Compasses. Just keep adding this to you run out of pencil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have all this stuff delivered back. That's fine. You've got a mostly running Jeep. Again, he does tell you, like, you really every few days you probably want to put a quart of oil in it.
Mm.
He'll start you off and he'll throw you a couple of quarts, a couple of bottles in the back.
Yeah, you're the one looking after the car, so you remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
How much food is there?
In general, in town,
The boxes, I think he means. The
Yeah, so each box has 10 meals in it. So you've got like 20 meals.
All right.
They're the kind where you tear at the top, you add water, and it kind of cooks itself.
oh yeah, MRE type stuff.
Mhm. But they're not government MREs. They are third-party vendor.
Genuine non-human meat.
Yes. 100% non-human meat.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, good to hear.
I always make the choice not to eat human meat.
Are you sure?
Me, sorry.
Ah, well. Is there anything else we need from here? Sounds like we're got everything we could out of the camper van.
Yeah, I think we got a good haul.
Well,
Yeah. We'll check out the boxes. And that. Does actually anyone have any lockpicking skills?
Can't recall if that is a.
So you have 2 vehicles. Do you so you already want them to drop off some stuff back in town? Do you want them to drive your van back to town? I mean, they're more than willing to do that if you want to just head out from here to Aviation Hill.
Oh, if they're willing to. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They will
yeah.
treat your vehicle just as kindly as you've treated theirs.
We get back, it's wrapped around the tree outside.
Hey, it's not my vehicle. I don't care.
I mean, it probably come out of the budget for the series, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, hey, I've been hired on spec, so none of that's my problem.
All right. Are you taking any of the gear that you just purchased with you in the back of your Jeep, or are you sending it all back to?
Yeah, the VHS is certainly going back. The rest of the gear we'll probably have on the Jeep.
Okay. Yeah, good enough.
Up to you. Other people may have other ideas.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, you're all set to go. I think at this point you're going to head out to Aviation Hill. It's a bit afternoon at this point.
Are we taking the locked boxes with us, or
I assume so.
they're not going back to the? Okay, fine.
Actually, if you want to open them up in
mean-
the back of your van just to see what they are, and then you can.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right.
much.
Yeah, he gives you some bolt cutters. You can just cut the locks off. Inside are 3 cameras in each one of the watertight vessels. They're well packed in foam. They're Betamax.
Oh,
There are some blank tapes in there. They have some special lenses on them. So yeah, they look like they're starlight lenses. So they'll amplify ambient light. So they're used to film in like probably outdoor evening to night conditions.
convenient.
Yep.
So
And
usually
by the
so-
looks of the tapes, it's high speed black and white, which means that the image is superior but no color.
Oh well.
Well, that
Oh, that's like
matters,
hunting
right?
cams. That's like hunting cams and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, they did have snake venom or anti-snake venom stuff as well, so maybe they were going to set up in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh,
Betamax because the cassettes were smaller, so the recorders could be smaller. They're made to be very portable.
Do we have enough batteries?
We might have to pick some up and recharge the stuff anyway, depending on how good it is.
Yeah.
We can check that out.
There are battery packs in there, but it also is designed to take in. I think it's like there were 4 C cells at the time or something like that. But it's also got a pack that you can charge.
I think we
That
should, pick up,
tripod's useful.
we should pick some C cells up just in case.
So the question being, do you want to take those with you or do you want to send them back to the hotel? So there are 6 of them in total, 3 of them in each one of these watertight.
We take one with us to set up for the ritual, and the other one can go back because that's where we don't have all of our eggs in one basket, as it were.
Okay.
Unless you want to put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, do you like baskets?
they're perfectly fine. They're no better or worse than anything else.
He's really leaning into the whole don't care.
I mean, you got to make sure. You never know who might come across the.
Yeah.
God
See, if you
above.
practice it, when it becomes a real thing, you might be able to actually stick to it. That's, yeah.
He's in it to win it.
Right, sending one back, taking 3 with you. It looks like the battery packs are charged, but there's no extra like C cells in there. But it looks like the battery packs were charged at least.
Oh, we can get a charge in that back at Appalachian Hill anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we can pick up
Any
all
place you can
tapes.
plug into a wall outlet, you can charge them back up.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So Aviation Hill.
Sounds good.
Well,
All right.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Drive is inconsequential. Middle of the day, there's actually a lot of traffic because a lot of folks with their government checks are out and about on the road, spending it on all the things that they're allowed to spend it on, which shouldn't include alcohol, but often includes alcohol and smokes.
and cheese. Lots of government cheese.
Lots of government cheese.
It's fine. It's part of the American dream. Pack
It
of
is.
smokes, pack of beer.
Government cheese and butter.
It's America. It's just a case of beer, my friend,
Mhm.
because everything is bigger, including our waistlines. Yeah. All right. So
And our
where do you want to go first? Do you want to stop in at the secondhand shop to see about that book that was written in German with some?
You said that wasn't going to be available till later, you said.
No,
He said
we
before
did
7. It's
that.
available today. He just said get here before 7.
Okay. Oh, we can do that if you want.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Stop off there first.
I mean, the only thing I want to do is team up with the group of people so I can make sure everything's set up for the film tonight. But that is tonight, so we've got plenty of time to film.
I mean, the longer we have the book, the longer I have to read over it and see if there's anything in there. So yeah, sure. And who knows? Maybe there's more cameras been delivered here.
Yep.
that we could want- or something else.
When you check in, sure enough, it hadn't been claimed, so the pawn has expired on it. He's free to sell it. I believe he said $50.
Sold.
Sure.
Don't
Sounds good.
remember. Sure, let's say he said $50.
Yes. That's definitely the number he said.
I have $50.
I'm
Okay.
sure we have it. Yeah.
Yeah. All yours.
All right, give the books to Professor. There you go.
I can read some stuff.
What's
It's
Lars
your
looking
library.
for? You've got cameras, you've got tripods for them. What else
Yeah.
would you be looking for?
Oh, since we had sort of miraculously, I was planning on coming in looking for cameras and stuff, but since they miraculously turned up, I'm just going to see what's available.
Okay. There's a lot of film cameras. College students get fancy cameras because they think they're going to take up photography, realize they suck at it, they pawn it. So there's a lot of film cameras. There's some
Is there anything that's got really good, something with really good wide-ranging lenses?
I tell you what, high-low, roll me a D percentage to see if anybody has a long-range lens.
High, always high. 100. Nope.
Okay. There's some panoramic lenses where it'll take, a very wide picture. There's some more of the starlight lenses that work really well in low light conditions, but no zoom lenses.
I was also wondering stuff like infrared lenses or
Oh, no. Geez, no. In
know,
the 80s, those things
any
were
other kind of
huge.
any other kind of usual lenses that might sort of suddenly turn up because of what
There is a set of binoculars, like field glasses.
Well, what the hell? I'm here. I've got money. Let's take it.
Okay, yeah, a few bucks.
I'll also grab some of the lenses and stuff anyway because I do need those kinds of lenses.
Sure, yeah.
What's all they need to have more lenses?
I say you spend like $100.
Who needs money?
Yeah, that credit, the stipend you were giving is very, very quickly being ran through.
Oh, usually if we make it to level 4, I think I get an extra $1,000 or something.
What a thing.
And there are all kinds of musical instruments here too, because you also find lots of musical instruments near college campuses and pawn shops. Because every college person thinks you're going to be a rock star, and then they're sadly mistaken, and they have to buy food.
What level are we now?
3.
Third, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you're in possession of one creepy German cookbook. You guess.
Well, I will give it a good read then, I guess, and see. I guess because this had alchemical things in there, see what sort of things I might be able to pick up.
Yep, he had the tag actually saying German cookbook. Does your character speak High German or read High German?
It reads German, certainly.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it would be like trying to read Shakespeare. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay. At first glance, just like a quick thumb through, it does seem like a recipe book because it's talking about mixing this and that tincture to other tinctures for so long until it boils, et cetera, except the ingredient list is odd.
Well,
Porcupine spleen, tongue of a peacock. Nothing impossible, but stuff that's just.
Well, if I can, I will go through and try and find to see if there is one that I could make with readily available supplies around.
Yeah, I think you have a skill for cooking drugs.
Chemistry, I would guess.
Well, I think there's actually hold on a second. There's actually a skill for your class for making drugs. Let me look at it real quick here.
There is. I don't have it. I don't have anything which specifically says.
What are you thinking of Chad's character?
You're muted, Bill.
I'm just waiting to see if you're I've got homegrown. I don't think that.
Oh no, okay, yeah, no. Chemistry is what you would use, and there's a chart when you try and brew up your own stuff. That's,
right.
Yeah. But go ahead and make the chemistry roll just to see if you can just thumbing through, seeing if you can find something that's easy to make.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's. Ooh. Well. Oh, it's also plus in as well.
Yeah,
As well.
it's home brewing or science or chemistry is what it is.
And
So
you
we
get
can
a
use chemistry.
and you get a plus
So-
1 for being near Jameis.
All right. Well then, 26 total. So I've
Oh,
got
is
to add
that
my
all?
int as well.
What's that?
Okay.
I've got home brewing. I could try.
But you can't read German. Yes.
You don't have anything, man.
There's 3 of these potions, for better lack of wording to use, that you think you could cook up in just a regular kitchen. That you're going to need a few things from the local general store, but yeah,
Oh, it might be
most
fun.
everything in it can be found in a grocery store.
Then yeah, I'd like to pick up some of these supplies and we can see what they do or what this is. Who knows?
Are you going to become our druid?
Become.
So one of them is apparently a love potion, but by reading it, basically it just seems to, again, translation is coming across because it's very old German. You think it should make a person more charismatic, presentable, give them a better presence. One of them is like increases a person's strength or fortitude.
Well, something for either of them for fake news, I guess.
Yep. And the third one is a little odd. It sounds like it's useful for like if you're introduced to poisons or noxious fumes and things like that.
Huh, well, I mean, they all sound interesting. So yeah.
Yeah.
There are others in the book that sound far more interesting, but the ingredient list are like, not exactly sure where to get that.
Well, we'll start with these ones and work from there. See what we can do. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? We'll just say that since you're in a pawn shop, you just go and look around in the cooking ware section and you can find everything that you need to actually cook up everything. And then just a trip to a grocery store can get everything you need on the list to actually prepare the stuff.
Excellent.
Or the pharmacy section.
Is there a cast iron skillet that has been perfectly cleaned?
Perfectly cleaned.
Perfectly
No.
scrubbed with steel wool.
So that it's useless and you have to recoat it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, you've got some cast iron in some of the survival stuff that you guys picked up. So.
No good. Well.
All right. So there's that. But yeah, it looks like there's other sections that look like, and you're chalking it up to possibly a translation issue, but a spell book, a book of shadows, as well as a section in all these potions and unguents, which must have been home remedies at the time. That must have been what they were.
Sure. Sounds good.
Book of Shadows is in Book of Ibon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got that. Jameis, we'll make it quick. You want to go and talk to the audio video people and just make sure what?
Just where they are, because I can be sure to set things up and so I can.
Yeah, they're going to meet here at 7:00 on campus. They've got the Jeeps packed already. It's going to be a fun night. I think they got everything that they need. They even ordered pizzas to be delivered right before they leave.
Nice.
Yeah.
They papered the fraternities and sororities to get some more folks to come in and participate, but sadly, it doesn't look like a lot of people want to join the film, the drama kids doing fertility rites.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. Nothing will happen.
Oh, sorry,
Well, something
cramping.
better happen because I'm filming it. So.
I'm sure.
But yeah, the whole drama department is basically going out. Not everybody in the drama department is a part of the club, but apparently the teacher's giving extra credit because he's part of the club and he wanted a larger turnout. So the whole drama department is going to show out for this thing. And they did try and do some invites to other places, but it looks like it's just the drama department.
I'm sure there'll be very little drama happening.
Yeah, I mean,
Because we all know that the really freaky stuff happens with the band people.
I mean, what's going to happen in the backwoods of West Virginia in the '80s? Come on, guys.
Wait, do you hear banjos? Is there anything else you want to ask, Jameis? Like again, they're all rounding up here at 7:00. They've got a number of people with jeeps because it's going to be off trail, so you need vehicles that can get up there, and so there are enough jeeps that they can get everybody up there and back. The setting up the site, setting up all the filming stuff. They're going to start the
Yeah.
ritual right at midnight. But beforehand, there's going to be party games and food and other activities.
Actually, if he's wanting more people to turn up, perhaps we can ask them if they're willing to give credit to the AV people, if they're willing to help come and have full, if we just put people out there.
Oh, the AV people are a lot of them are going because they've been asked to do the filming.
Okay. I thought they weren't filming it until we turned up.
Yeah, so things have changed because the drama department wanted to get more people involved, and so they want to make a big production of it. So they're going to do some filming. The rite itself isn't going to be filmed, but
that's the point of it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can covertly film it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely filmed. That's the point of what I'm filming. It's not the rest of it.
Oh, there you go then.
Because it's the Arcs club that's doing the ritual, and that's just the club members. Although they have invited some other people to partake, but that's just the Arcs people for that part of it. Prior to that and leading up to it, it's just a big party for the drama nerds.
I'm going to make sure there's black electrical tape on all of the little recording lights on these cameras that we have. For reasons that I will not disclose.
Reasons.
And I'm going to make sure I have both of my flasks filled with moonshine.
Looking into the backs of some of these Jeeps, and you see the plethora of cases of beer and jugs of wine and jugs of shine, you're probably going to be all right.
Yeah, all right. Just making sure.
Too careful.
Yeah. So again, gathering at 7. You've got many hours till 7. Is there anything else you want to do in town before then?
Sounds like we should be doing something.
I mean,
we can just cut scenes to 7 if you want, or you could go out to the old factory to see what's going on there before tonight's festivities.
We need to get C batteries.
Yeah, let's assume you made a run to the general store and got all that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, I'm gonna assume that this university has like a home economics department or something. I wouldn't mind trying making some of these potions out of the book if we can get some. If I can sneak.
Oh, you want to make some on campus? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be interested just to see what they are. I mean, maybe it will spice up the rituals as well.
Okay.
Who knows?
So you have 3 that you can try.
I mean,
do you want to get filmed while doing it?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, possibly. Yeah, sure.
So this is a Friday, and security is kind of lax. I mean, no one seems to care that you just walk into one of their classrooms where they've got this kitchen set up, but nothing is going on. It's a Friday during the winter, going into the winter, so there's not a lot going on. So you're able to get in there just fine. So what do you want to start with? So these are rolls to see if you're able to make them correctly.
It's just, I mean, does it look like? Do I think I will have time to make all of them?
Yes.
Then I'll
And the better you roll, the more of them you can make each.
Can I help him
Then-
by assisting? Because I have homebrewing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can certainly.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can assist.
All right.
Then let's just go down the list in order
Okay.
that I've got them here. So presence, strength,
All right. So
anti-venom, poison
the
resist,
DC for the presence one is a 10. You can use either homebrew, chemistry, or home brewing or chemistry are the two that you're going to have to choose from. Bill, how many points do you have in home brewing?
I just have the one.
All right, so add 1 to your roll.
Oh,
And you get a +1 by being nearby Jameis.
He may not be by Jameis. This
he's not
might be
filming
going well. This might be happening simultaneous to, or it may not. If you want to,
I thought that since we had so much time, I thought
sure,
we had
that's fine
plenty
then.
of time to do this. Yeah.
Then yes, you can have.
Yeah.
You
We're-
can be performing better under Lars's instruction.
We're filming the cooking episode.
yeah, sure, why not?
So DC is 10. 10 will get you 1 of those in the batch, and then for every 5 point or every 2 points you get higher than that is another dose that you can get out of the same batch.
Okay. How does Chad help? How is a support roll done in this?
It just adds a +1 to your
Just
total.
a +1.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
If he had a better skill, it would add more.
I do have home brewing as well, I see, but that's no better than my chemistry. So
Yeah. You can use one or the other, so just your better one.
yeah, so I'll use chemistry 3.
You can't roll one to support the other.
Mm.
Whatever. I don't know if the professor even believes him that this is just he's just going, oh, let's see what happens, rather than let's actually make it a viable potion.
I mean, I've seen amazing things with various substances that I have made in the past. So, let's see what I can do here. Yeah. 27.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
What's fake news?
so 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So what's that? 8? You get 8 out of that batch?
Hell
8
yeah.
doses?
There we go. Well, that's
That would
good.
involve counting. Can't do that.
Yep. The next one is the one that makes you strong like bull.
Yeah, I'm just noting down these things. Okay.
What's
Same
fake
thing
news?
again.
It's fake news.
Yeah, what's fake news?
Nope.
Oh, this one is also a 10.
Well, I'll just roll.
Okay.
A 20, so that's
16, 18,
so that's
25,
6. Right.
6 doses. Yeah. The last one is
Shit.
harder. This
Right.
is a 13. This is the one that kind of makes you more resistant to poisons and toxins and such.
All right. Well, pionk. Oh,
Right on. A 13.
13.
Okay, 1 dose of that.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, these are interesting.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't get the +1 for helping and the +1 for Lars. So that would be 2 doses. Or did you put?
Wait, what?
Did you put it in there? Oh, you put it in there.
Yeah, I
already.
put it in there already. I included everything I had. So.
All right, so 1 dose of that. Which is unfortunate because we could have used the failed creation chart, which could include a fire starting and an explosion.
Don't worry, I'll try again another time.
Ooh.
Hey.
So yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
Dog.
Dog is acting like you want something. You're going to
Just
poop on my
for-
floor? Do you want out? Yeah, that's give me just 1 second, guys. Okay.
Well, here we go. We got all these interesting things to try now. We can.
And we've also got students we can try them on.
I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know how it will work. Whether it will.
Yeah, you are armed with dodgy potions out of an old German cookbook.
I'm sure there'll
It will
be.
do who knows what.
I'm sure they'll have no problem mixing them with alcohol and various other substances at the thing tonight. I'm sure it will be just fine. Well, I have productively spent my time.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. Who knows what these will do?
Um,
You're guessing
hopefully.
not kill you because you didn't use anything that was strictly speaking poisonous or detrimental to your health in the creation of them.
I mean, if we have time, I mean, we've got 9 doses of the presence potion, so I will drink one and see what happens.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, the first effect that you feel is, unfortunately, you can't not care because now you have a very pumped up sense of self-importance.
Oh,
Like,
ah,
you're the greatest. You did
I
the
knew this would
thing.
work.
You
I
did the
made it, of
thing.
course.
Yeah.
Perfect translation. It's great.
Game-wise, you have a +1 to your charisma for an undefined amount of time.
All right.
And then there's the possibility of addiction, which we'll run into later.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine, I'm sure. When has anyone got addicted to anything in this game?
Mhm.
Have some bacon?
Oh, roll a d4 for me if you would.
D4. Yes. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. 1.
All right. So this will last for an hour. And make a con check for me, please. So you want to equal or less than your con.
No, I haven't set up those buttons. All right, there we go. Well, I rolled a 1 again, so,
Yeah, it's not a problem.
definitely.
You're just pumped up with a very great sense of euphoria and self-importance. But everyone else around you, that feeling of self-importance you have seems to extend to people around you who also feel like you're slightly more important than you were before. They listen to you a
well,
little bit better than they did before.
I mean, the important thing is to work out whether it transfers onto the camera as well, and whether these will be useful for presenting segments for fake news.
Actually, Lars was filming you. Yeah. Like his camera presence has drastically improved.
He now has acting ability. He has star talent. For an hour. Just for an hour.
I always had it. You just couldn't see it before.
The lighting really captures your good angle.
Who knew he had one?
Oh,
See, his good side was non-Euclidean, was the thing.
All right. Well, here we are. Great. Amazing.
So a couple of things is revealed. They actually do have they do something.
All right. Well, I mean, after tonight, then it will be a chance to go through and see what else we have in there and see what happens, see what they are.
I'm actually surprised Professor Dunhill isn't automatically thinking you could be the celebrity of Hollywood. Like you could be the Dr. Feelgood of Hollywood for anyone who's about to go film. You sell them a little dose. They do better.
It only raises your charisma by 1. I mean, I guess I don't know that it's only a point increase. So yeah, I mean, but then I would be well, I can care. I have to care about things now. Well,
only while the potion's on. You tell when it's not working, you go, I don't care about this anymore.
yeah. It's like, let's turn off the filming. It's just not there anymore. That pizzazz is gone. All right, yeah, you succeeded in making some potions and not burning down the home ec lab. Congratulations. You've wasted an hour of time.
An hour?
A couple hours, actually. A couple hours. So we're going around 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. Anything else?
Let's go get dinner.
Hands in the air. Who's actually coming out armed tonight?
Okay. Well, I have to. Yeah,
sure. Okay. Everybody's got guns.
if you're going to the rave, I'm not going to the rave. I'm only concentrating on here on the ritual. So if you're going to the rave, I'll
Yep.
sort that out.
Well, the ritual will end far earlier than the rave will.
One way
Saying
or
nothing
the
about
other.
its success or failure rate there. Talking about the things that we might summon.
Either
how long-
way, it will be over with
How
before
long
the
is the
rave.
combat round? 5 seconds? If
All
not,
right,
it'll be
well.
combat.
So it's pretty much what you're being told is like this rite is going to happen at the end of the party. You know, people are just like poo-pooing it. It's like, oh, it's just a thing that these ARC people are into. We'll let them have their thing. They want to do it in private too, although they did invite some other folks to join, but not anyone else really wanted
I'm
to.
pretty sure either one of them didn't say that I could film.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I had permission to film. Oh, maybe I imagined it, but I'm going to film anyway.
Good now.
I
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
it's
I can.
like a
I'm
string
sure
of
if I
people
talk to
said, "You should film."
I was going to say, I'm sure if I talk to them, we'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
All right.
I mean,
What
yeah,
what now?
I got
Yeah.
nothing more to do now that I've.
We should get dinner. I haven't eaten since breakfast.
There's that.
All right.
Okay. College campus has a plethora of cheap filling food, but there are some nicer restaurants outside.
Is there TGI Fridays?
Not on
Or
campus. No, there's
Cheers?
going to be like a Suburros, Taco Bell.
Mm.
What are some of the chain
Quality.
restaurants that don't exist anymore? There's a Pizza Hut.
Oh.
We have Pizza Hut here still.
Well,
Yeah,
but it
they're
was
ordering
acquired by Taco
pizza.
Bell, so it's not the same thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gas station hot dogs, Griffin? No, of course not. This is a college campus. There's legit hot dog vendors on campus.
In
So,
boiling water.
yeah, Nathan's hot dogs were really big when I was going.
So that's why we're playing this game. It's so big can we live as university games.
Oh, college years. Oh, the 80s and 90s.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
All right. Well,
About
is there
we get
anywhere in particular when we get food?
I think we
Oh.
should sit down at a nice restaurant and just enjoy our time while we have 3 hours to kill. Obviously, we don't have to be there for 3 hours. They'll probably kick us out, but
You want to go to a nice place, you said?
not like a ritzy place, but like like a sit down
So
place.
they
Let's
have
go to a Stuckey's.
was that
Let's go to a Stuckey's.
Stuckey's? This is Stuckey's, but also the Pizza Hut is actually they got the big brick oven pizza there, and it's kind of like so this is what I say, we're in '84, right? So they've got the little arcade cabs where you your tabletop is got like Pac-Man underneath it, and they've got the controllers right under it so that you could eat and play Pac-Man and other games while you're there. Very popular spot with the college people.
Did they bring out the pizzas in the like the cooking pans as
yes,
well? Because,
yeah, the steel,
I remember
the
that.
metal pans, yeah,
It's burning hot. They were
Yeah.
great.
with a pool of grease on top.
yeah.
And if you were a good little boy and girl and you got your little card punch for all the books that you read over the summers, you could have a free personal pan pizza.
Dig it. That's some good stuff, man.
Other than that, there are a few steakhouses, like not like really expensive ones, but college affordable steakhouses around.
Is there a Ponderosa?
Ooh. No,
No.
it's not my lore of the area. I don't think there were a lot of Ponderosas at the time. There might have been some Golden Corrals, though.
Or an Old Country Buffet?
Oh, yes. They definitely have like a country cooking.
We're going to Old Country Buffet.
Jimmy Buffett?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's hopping college. There's still some college courses going on this late into near like the winter break. Um, those of you that have any points though in having eaten various meats that maybe one ought out of, it's bland and tasteless.
Uh,
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's food. It just does not impress you. Everyone else, it's good food.
yeah, not the same, is it?
Yeah, they got sweet potato pie here, and Dion is muted, so all those motions he's
Yeah.
making with his mouth are not coming through.
This is I said I got a big old plate of mac and cheese.
Yes,
Got a plate of the fish, both breaded and not breaded.
Yes.
You know, I'm hitting up the chocolate milk dispenser.
Yes,
I'm getting a soda with every single flavor mixed in.
they got the chocolate fountain where you can stick the little Rice Krispie
Yeah,
and the strawberries.
Fake news has got like plates for herself. She's going in, getting her money's worth.
All right.
Good idea to have one final meal.
You're supposed to think you're unstoppable. What are you talking about?
Let's talk about you having a final meal.
I'm the final girl.
Someone also say, what's the name of the girl from the cafe, from the vet's place? What is the name of that?
Shelly.
Let's see.
Sherry?
Sherry is
Sherry.
the
No, she's
the
She's
team
designer.
that works at the bed.
Yeah.
The vet is Katie.
Katie,
That's
yeah.
Katie. Yeah.
So as we're eating, I sort of casually say to that Katie that you're friends with, I wouldn't bother being friends with her too much.
Why?
She's next. She seems to be next on the list.
What list?
Just the way these things work out, she's pretty much gonna go next. Don't worry about it.
What?
Yeah.
What brought that up? How do you know that?
Just
Heard it
things
somewhere.
go. Yeah.
Fake just stares at you like.
Yeah, completely offhand, like, it's just one of those things.
It doesn't stop Fake from just shoveling food into her mouth.
Yeah.
All right. So you probably spend, an hour here just talking and just eating the buffet as best you. And again, it's pretty crowded. But most of the talk around the tables is just like, how's the team going to do next year? Oh, my class load sucks. I might, if I don't get my GPA up, they're going to kick me out of school. Just talk like that. Nothing odd going on.
Yes, nothing wrong. Nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. So unless you want to do anything else, cut to 7:00 when they're loading everybody up onto the Jeeps. They've got so the drama teacher is responsible. He's got a clipboard. He's signing people in to make sure that everyone who goes in comes out. He's got like a list of contacts in case anybody has a medical emergency during all of this. He's making sure they load on enough some first aid gear. He's a trained EMT, so he's going to fulfill that role. So when you guys load up, he's like, okay, so you don't fall under our college health plan, so you guys are on your own, but you're welcome to come along. I think, did you explain that you guys are filming for? Or are you just going to film clandestinely?
I wasn't going to be in any way, shape, or form shy about it or anything like that. I've probably been talking to people about angles and stuff. So,
yeah. So the drama people love it. They would love to have some of their up and coming possible future stars on a public access show.
Yeah, that's going to be more tricky because I'm sort of thinking about some side projects, but. That's more about the supernatural stuff here. So unless you're going to do something supernatural,
I'm gonna offer my services to help out with first aid if needed. I'm just gonna let him know I'm like trained in first aid.
Okay. Actually, he'll take your name down, and you'll be the second if anyone needs more than one people needs first aid at a time. Bob Hastings does. He's the club head of ARCS. Does take you aside for a minute, Lars, and says, "Hey, The whole ritual thing is just like a very private concern. We really don't. If you, I'm not saying you can't film. You can, just don't. We're gonna have like hoods and cloaks on and stuff as part of the just to get into the mindset and really get our
Mhm.
consciousness into this. Just try not to get anyone's actual face on the film, if you would,
Yeah,
please.
no, that's no problem.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
we've got
that's fine.
some of the club members of ARCs. They've got some political aspirations, and it just wouldn't do to have their face showing up in some kind of college occult ritual.
I was going to say, cut to the finished product.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
the names underneath everybody, flashes
pretty
to
much.
headshot.
Yep, yep,
Who's
yep,
there?
yep. Yeah, there'll be two cuts. The one they see, which is all the hoods, and the one where you actually use for blackmail purposes. What, did I say blackmail? No.
That's how my dad found out I smoked. I was on the news with a caption under it that said Bill Griggs, student smoker.
News people, so helpful. All right,
Yeah.
dog's
Yeah.
back inside. Let me take care of him real quick. All right, come on, puppy.
Well, it sure has been nice knowing you all. If we don't survive
Yeah.
this night, I just want you all to know that
We'll be fine.
Well,
They all
people
get sacrificed. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
I can't wait for all of them to just like go into some wild college orgy in the woods, and we're just sitting there like, oh,
could have
The
seen
dog's
it
over
before.
100 pounds now, but he still wants his biscuits. I did good. I didn't poop in your house. Give me a biscuit. All right.
I know. Who could have thought this cult ritual was going to actually do something cult?
Yes, Griffin, fake is an influencer before her time.
it's true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're welcome to take your own Jeep up, or you can ride along in their Jeeps.
We'll probably go with our own, I suspect, because it's got all our stuff.
That way we can
And,
get away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Have your own escape vehicle. Okay. So the first part of the evening is everybody's setting up some campfires. The teacher is there to make sure it's all done properly, but there's several rings of fire set up. The beer starts flowing pretty quick. The pizzas start moving around. Of course, you guys are pretty full from a buffet earlier on. But after a while, they start passing around some odd smelling hand rolled cigarettes and other things as discussions start taking a little bit of a trip down the metaphysical area. Lars, are you doing any filming here?
Yeah, I guess. I was mainly focusing on the ritual, but if they're actually going to be doing something interesting.
Yeah, the ritual's not going to happen until midnight.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I'm mainly focused on. I'm not.
Do you want to focus on them
seems
setting
like
up?
good. Yeah, I mean, if it looks like they're going to get good background material, I'll ask the others to sort of let me know. But otherwise,
Ooh. Okay, so if you want to get background material on that, so Bob and 3 other members of ARCs are putting together their fire pit, and they've got like little chisels and hammers, and they seem to be putting marks on the stones. So like they're getting stones that have a flat side, and that's going to be in towards the fire, and they're etching various runes on those, chiseling them out with the hammer and chisels very intricately, and they seem to be doing some kind of chanting over them. Lots of deep vowels and guttural sounds as they're doing it. Occasionally, Bob looks over like a notebook. He's like, "Oh no, that's ooh ah, not ah ooh." Oh yeah, okay. Let's try that again. As they go through and just marking up the stones.
Can I
Yeah.
kind of like meander and try and like scope out what they're doing and see if my knowledge of anything occult can like
Give me a roll.
give some tips or tricks? I got a 7 if I'm nearby Lars. Or what do I add to intelligence? Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. Okay, so you recognize some of the symbols, and it's kind of like you kind of feel almost dismissive at this point because some of them are like Futhark runes, which are like the Norse runes that you at the time they'd sell them in B. Dalton, some Oldham books with these little clay tiles,
Mm,
So it's like pop occult, right?
mhm.
That's just kind of how you write it off. It's like this is crap.
Yeah. What about the chanting? Is there
Um, yeah, have no idea really.
okay?
It's catchy.
Um,
It's almost mesmerizing.
hmm. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of meander, and just overlook stuff and see if anything catches my eye, or if I overhear anything.
They seem to be pretty involved in just etching out those runes on the stone. The fire pit, by the way, is large. It's not a small pit that they're putting together. After they get the stones arranged, they do start digging out the center of it so that they could pile high wood. So this is going to be a really hot, raging fire. After that's done, they start going and finding deadfall and start filling in the pit, putting the tinder in the middle. Like it looks like they know what they're doing as far as starting a fire.
Mm. If he's not busy, I'll get Chad to help me set up the camera angles just so someone can lug it around while I'm trying to make sure everything's good.
Are you using the Betamax with the
Yeah,
starlight filter? Okay,
yeah.
all right. You're setting it up so that you can get a good angle all around the pit.
Yep.
You're a little concerned if the fire is going to be that hot. The starlight might just oversaturate the film.
Yeah. Well, that's not the only camera I've got set up. I've got a
Yeah.
couple of different cameras with different things on
Mhm.
them. But the starlight, if the starlight doesn't work, then hopefully one of the other ones will get
Yeah.
something good.
You can put the regular lenses on too.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, back with the drama kids, is anybody just kind of joining in?
Yep.
Okay.
Right
It
there.
starts with beer, moves to wine before it ends up with the hard liquors, including the moonshine. Pot, shrooms, and other substances are being passed around. It's only like 2 hours in before shirts and clothing start coming off. Uh, if any of you are partaking, please make me
Like-
a con check, please.
Not a poison
Wait.
roll. The con check.
Just a con check right now. Yeah.
All right.
I am abstaining,
Really?
but I am having a cigarette. What am I?
Con. Right, there we go.
I'm
Like somebody
not-
offers me like a rolled one. I'm like, no, I got my own. Thank you.
Oh,
Hell
Bill's
yeah.
fine.
No.
Yeah. Bill's fine. Bill's got a high tolerance. He's just jumping right in there. Bill's got already. Yeah. So I imagine your shirt was the first clothing you got.
Probably, yeah.
It's like everyone else's. That's a little early, but why not?
What? I thought it was a con check. Right, so we need to roll less then.
Yeah, less than. He rolled a 1, didn't he?
Yep,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is just how he normally is, you know.
Yeah, you
Oh
know,
right, yeah.
he's just freaking tank. Woo! We're going streaking.
Professor Dunhill probably has a little bit of a tolerance as well, so you're partaking, but you're fine. You're keeping your wits about you.
I'm standing up there going, I have no legs! And getting everybody to dance.
Okay, that group is definitely partying hard. You notice that the Arcs people are kind of like going back and forth, just chatting a little, but the Arcs people aren't as they're a little more socially awkward. So they don't, they partake a little bit, they drink a little bit. They definitely have friends in the drama club. But it's two decidedly different camps. The audio video people also are just partying with the drama kids, and they have set up their recorders as well. Early version of College Kids Gone Wild.
Hey, listen, if we don't cut it with the supernatural thing, this is way back.
Your cable access will just have to happen after 9 o'clock at night.
Mhm.
I'm all right with that.
Okay.
I find one kid that's not doing anything, and I make it my mission to persuade him to partake.
Okay.
Come on, man. It's cool. Everyone's doing it.
Hey, Dunhill's the pusher.
All right. So with the ARCS kids, though, they have got out some paper. It looks like the ritual has been phonetically spelled out on the pages for them. They're going over it, one more time. Fake, why don't you give me another occult roll as they're going over the ritual, saying parts of it out loud, parts of it not out loud.
8 if I'm by Lars.
Yeah, still nothing.
You know what?
Your Bigfoot and Mothman alarms aren't going off.
I'm gonna use a
You're gonna use
survival point.
survival point to
today.
reroll. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
And I get advantage because it's my first survival roll of
Yeah.
the night. Right? And don't I also get something? No, that's something else. Okay.
Yeah, all allies were
and
from
boop.
Ted.
How about
wow.
a nat 21?
Okay. So this time, no, it does send off your Bigfoot and Mothman alarms. Like, this is bad. Like, you've got this deep down, like that terror that kind of starts the middle of your being.
Yeah.
The words are just kind of resonating with you. It's like, no, this is real and this is bad.
What's the
Finally.
realization that's clicking in my head now? Because before I kind of had a hunch when I first was looking at the stuff, like the book or whatever. So is anything clicking now?
It's more of like you've now got this like survival instinct about this sort of thing. And it's like before it was just like, oh, this is nothing. This is pop occultism. This isn't real. But now it's like, oh no, this is real and I'm in danger.
I'm going to find Lars and I'm going to whisper to him.
I'm in danger.
Hey, I got a really bad... Wait, I got to turn this way to you. I got a really bad feeling. I feel like something's going to happen. This is... I can't put my finger on it, but this is bad with the things that I know. It kind of just, like, hearing them go over the words again just made me, like, kind of realize it. I can't put my finger on it, but get ready to just be ready to pack up and dip.
And around that time,
something good on film. Okay.
You hear one of the ARC's people saying, "Hey Bob, what were we subbing in for the human sacrifice?" And Bob pulls out a cage of like lab mice.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you're worried about. Lab mice.
Yeah, and he says, "Look, the manuscript said it had to be an intelligent being. So these are the smartest lab rats we had on campus. This should work." Okay, we'll put it on that flat rock over there.
Really? These guys are going to do anything dangerous?
Okay. This is just the usual routine sacrifice in the woods.
Yeah, of mice. I have to work hard to get anything out of this.
You're trying to create a moment as you zoom in on the poor mice that are about to be sacrificed. Unfortunately, they're just crapping in the cage, so it doesn't really go over well as a scene.
Now, even they're like, really? We're doing this, really? You put us through for this? Yeah. Even they're like, really? You guys
all right. The night goes on. The party kids poop out fairly quick, mostly because there's a lot of alcohol and drugs going around. So a lot of them are passing out, sleeping. Now the teacher, while he was partaking a little bit of the weed, was very moderate in his drinking. He's taking his responsibilities somewhat to heart. He's checking to make sure all the students are okay that are passing out. It's like, okay, sleep it off. We'll wait till the Eric's folks are done, and then we'll, we got some designated. Oh, Ralph drank, didn't he? Right. Hey, you guys, talking to you. Any of you guys not drink or partake tonight? We could use another. Okay, great. Yeah, that's fine. We can make a couple of trips if we need to.
Yep, with amazing drive skill.
I was gonna say Chad's usually our driver.
Yeah,
Woo!
he's fine.
At this
He's
point, the
fine.
ARC's kids start. They got their bonfire going, and it is roaring. It is incredibly intense. The fire goes up many feet into the air. The heat is just amazing. Some of the drama kids come by to check it out. Most of them are passed out at this point. The ARC's kids start unpacking these black robes that they put on. Bob is recording the audio. Like he brought a tape deck basically to record the audio of what's going on. As this is a scientific outing, of course.
Some people just don't know what they're doing.
They bring out this brass bowl. It looks kind of antique-y. It's maybe 2 feet in diameter, maybe half a foot deep. It looks like it's made out of either copper or bronze. Hand beaten. So like this was not like milled in a machine. Somebody had pounded out the shape. Looks old, scarred. The inside is kind of got a tarnish on it. Yeah, they bring that out and they start upending the mice into the middle of it, and they start immediately trying to get up the sides, but they're too slick and they can't get up the sides.
See, now I'm imagining, because this is the substitute for the human sacrifice, if they'd had a human, they would have just poured it into the bowl as well, and it would be trying to scrabble up the side.
Well, no, Professor, thinking about that, you're like, a couple feet wide, that big around, it's about the size of an infant.
Well, I'm sure that's perfectly fine and acceptable. Whatever
Often
practice.
think about infants, Professor.
Yep. They've kind of made sort of an altar at Fake can tell because she's got a compass on the end of her on the end of her shovel. The altar is north, almost like as the North Star is going to come up, thereabouts, and the bowl is on this flat stone with the mice there, and there's he's got a ritual dagger. The dagger is really big, and he looks down at the mice, he looks at the dagger, and instead he just pulls out a scalpel and lays it down next to the dagger. Okay, guys.
Over and
Go ahead.
Talk to the Bob Hastings, the guy who's coordinating all this. And like, hey, so you're all setting up for this big ritual. You're all getting ready for this. What do you think is going to be happening here? You're just getting a. I want to get a feel for if he thinks this is actually going to do anything. Is he faking everybody out with it?
Why don't you give me do you have psychology? You want to give me a read?
Well, you can roll a d20.
Yeah, I can definitely roll a d20. No, I don't have any psychology.
I could go with him, and I have psychology.
If you want to be standing there while he's having the conversation, sure.
Yeah.
So you can both roll, but you'll get the bonus for having the psychology. And he's like, "Oh, look, it's more of a historical artifact. We just wanted to get it on audio. All this stuff is kind of kooky and it's old. It's kind of backwoods tradition, and we don't want it lost. So we're gonna do an archival audio of it, with as it's written, as close of approximation as we can get." The video was, since we're killing lab mice, we thought that was a little bit too much for video, so the audio is fine. So we think what the ritual is meant to do is, in the olden days when our ancestors were here and the land was harsher and they had the crops weren't doing well, it would have made an abundance of crops for the year. It would make sure that there would be an abundance of children being born, all healthy, etc. We think in the modern day, this would translate to an abundance of luck, of wealth, of opportunity in life. Okay, so what did you guys roll? Oh, who got the natural 20?
Nobody has rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
I rolled real dice. I got an 18.
Meh.
Okay, you got an 18, Bill?
Yes, sir.
He is approaching this from a clinical respect. You don't believe that he believes anything is going to happen.
Yeah, and I just rolled a 9, so. Meh.
Yeah. I mean, he seems very clinical about it. He doesn't seem excited really, just that, it's a thing. It's historical.
And are we aware that this is very concerning to fake news?
No, I think only Lars is aware that it's very concerning to
Yep.
fake news.
Yeah, I
And I'm
haven't
not that
been into you guys.
and I'm not that concerned about it because look at this lot.
I'm kind of sitting on the sidelines at this point. I've like backed up to like the outer circle, I guess you could say. And yeah, if you guys meander by me, if I catch you, if I find you around, I'll be like, guys, I got a bad feeling about this. Just be ready to beeline it for the Jeep.
Yeah.
You know?
But sure. Nobody here thinks it's
Bob doesn't think it's real.
doesn't think it's real. Yes. Huh. I wonder if we should. Nah, it doesn't matter. I was gonna try and work out to see if one of the students had brought it up to him to do, but no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If somebody's gonna do this and summon it.
So I kind of
Good.
did allude to that.
Really well.
I had said earlier that Bob didn't want face photos taken because some of the people in the club have political aspirations.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. He asked it like, please don't interrupt. If you could please not talk during this. We don't want it being caught on the recording. We want this as pristine an example of this historical right as possible. And then before it starts, he does like, oh, so I'm Bob Hastings. This is the night of blah blah blah. We're here to enact this harvest and seeding ritual from the past of Appalachia is found in one of our oldest surviving families. Curated library. It is now 2 minutes to midnight. The next sounds you'll be hearing are our best example of rendition of this ritual. And he goes over the names of the people that are involved in it. There are 12, including him.
I don't want anybody identified by this. Identifies all the people immediately.
Well, he meant for like this is for the college archives. This isn't going to go to the public. He's talking about you guys putting it on cable television.
Yeah.
No, we never do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
it's
at
a
least
lot-
this way, to ruin somebody's political career, they're going to have to do a little digging in a college archive to find it.
Also, this way it'll also won't matter because none of us are going to make it out of this town alive. So not a problem.
Okay. With that, the ritual starts. It starts with Bob speaking in kind of archaic, old English. It starts off with just a blessing to the four directions, to the winds, to basically to the elements and that sort of thing. And then it gets into some really esoteric stuff, calling on certain demons and angels of the earth, that sort of thing. And then it gets into a language that, again, it's all phonetic, and everyone's reading off their paper. And they've rehearsed this enough that they're doing it in sync together. I am actually going to roll for the ritual circle here.
Fumble.
Let's see what a fumble does.
Yeah.
Time for a Missy Crypt.
Okay. I would like all of you guys, though, to make me a magic save.
Ooh, that's my worst one.
Yep, me too.
I live.
I somehow made it.
Hell yeah.
Well, everybody made it.
Hold on. I haven't rolled yet. I might die. No, unfortunately, I made it as well.
Okay. It is mesmerizing, and as fake news found out earlier, the cadence and just the very the vowel sounds that are being made by this chanting is very kind of just lulling, almost hypnotic. Since you all passed, though, it's all fine. You're still aware of what's going on, but yeah, it's not that you're nodding off to sleep. It's like you're starting to feel yourself kind of sink into the rhythm because they're kind of swaying as they're saying this, and you kind of feel yourself starting to sink into that rhythm. You can stop yourself, but there's definitely something happening. Um, you don't know that the people that are chanting, as nobody's reading off the papers anymore. The papers all been dropped to the ground. They've all linked hands. And the chanting continues perfectly in step. The flame has gone from like, a deep orange red to blue.
Oh.
And is putting off an incredible amount of heat. So much like that there's a shimmering effect. Like you guys have been to like maybe the airport or behind a truck that's got like a lot of fuel fumes. You see the kind of the waviness in the air, like everything is just kind of melting a little. Like the trees around you all look like they're breathing because of this massive heat wall. And at a certain point, there is a lull in the chanting as everyone's heads turn eerily together, syncopated. And even though you guys made your save, your heads you want to turn exactly with everyone else as you face north in the sky. The North Star is bright above, almost perfectly above the person who picks up the first mouse. There's the scalpel, just. Perfectly executed, though. The mouse just makes a tiny little squeak before it just bleeds out into the bowl. And one after another, each of the mice are done this way. The carcass is thrown into the fire afterward, the blood filling the bowl. And then the person doing this, at first when he was cutting them, you kind of saw the little squeamishness on his face, but now his face is completely passive, and he reaches into the bowl with the blood on his hands, and he makes a little sigil on his forehead. And then he goes to each person in the circle and starts doing the same thing. And as each person has a sigil put on their head, they bow down a little. The trees are swaying and kind of shifting in this haze from the heat. But now you can hear like limbs creaking, like there's a wind that is causing or blowing through the boughs of the trees. But the flame is like it's not being pushed by the wind at all. As the last person is the blood is put on them. Actually, this is really eerie at this point. So I'm going to call for we're going to do a terror check here. All right, so this is a courage save.
Courage.
I'm good at those. I pass.
Okay.
I don't know what my courage is, but it's not 18. I'll tell you that right now.
I passed.
I failed.
I'm courageous.
Okay, Lars. Well, you did sit the tripods up, so even if you lose it, you'll still get footage. Roll me a D10, please.
Yep. Sure. 1d10. D10. It's a 6. On the table, that equates to.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll a D4 for me.
That's the number of parts you fall into.
Nope, wrong one. Let's try and get that right.
Oh,
4.
Okay. So for the next 4 rounds, you're basically you're closing your eyes, your hands over your face. You're just terrified. You don't know why. The only action you can take is you can only go defensive until this is over. So like you can defend yourself, but you can't really do any other actions. For whatever reasons you are terrified. The rest of you are just fine. And you hear like the sounds of it sounds like the roots of the trees are being pulled out of the ground. It's like the whole forest around you is just creaking, and there's a screeching of like timbers and the motion of earth. And then you start hearing screams from the drama kids.
Let's go.
Everything seems fine over here.
Oh.
What's going on over there?
You want to go look?
I'm gonna turn my head and look.
Okay. You see drunken people getting up. Some of them are still like in the stupor, but they're looking around. People are screaming. You see one guy, he doesn't know what's going around, but he starts stumbling to a car and then he trips. And then it's like the ground is kind of like a wave of water just consumes him.
Oh
that's an
shit.
odd occurrence.
All right. That's
You
5
made your courage save,
cars.
so you're not under the effects of fear, but the fake
Yeah.
nurse can act however fake nurse wants to. And the next thing you see is one of the branches of the trees. There's a girl that's trying to get into the Jeep, and this branch of the tree just impales her from behind, lifts her into the air, and another branch just pulls her apart. So limbs, body go spraying all over the camp. And
Yeah,
a new round of screaming from the kids below.
I think once I see the girl get ripped apart,
Well, see, no, you don't see this.
I don't
Only fake news is taking a look.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Going to the cars seems like a bad idea. So
Yeah, all this is happening over there where the cars
over
are.
there, yeah. So I'm gonna not alert anybody to it at the moment, and just keep a lookout. And if anybody near me looks like they're about to go run that way, I'm gonna be like, "Don't."
Lars has gone almost comatose as he's covering his head and his eyes. He's just kind of sitting down and mumbling to himself. How are you reacting, Chad? Like you hear screaming, but you're also kind of like, again, you're seeing like the trees kind of shift and move around you, but everything seems fine here.
I would probably, if everything's fine here, the screams are something that would concern me, so I'd probably want to go check it out.
Okay, are you going to leave the area or are you just going to look in that direction? You're going to leave the area.
Yeah.
Okay. The ground is moving as if it were not solid, but a liquid, like almost in a wave. And as the peak of a wave catches one of the students, it just slaps that student under the ground and they're gone. The trees are walking. They've pulled their limbs out of the ground and like stumpy legs are just slamming down these probably hundreds of pounds of wood. And some of them hit the students who are just immediately just guts, brains everywhere. The trees are picking up students in the branches, mostly by impaling them. And they don't have actual limbs. And then they're just torn apart. And you see the roots of the trees kind of just excreting little tendrils that go into the bodies. And you can see the bodies starting to dissolve and to desiccate like trees are feeding off them. Unfortunately, you've put yourself into this mess. How is Chad reacting to what's going on? People are trying to get to the cars. And there are a few people who have made it to the doors, but then they're quickly either pulled under the ground or they're ripped into the sky by tall trees.
I'd probably run for the car. That might not be the smartest thing to do, but I'd want to get out of there, and I'm gonna pay special attention to make sure nothing like reaches out from a tree and grabs me or something.
Okay, your choice. You can make a dex save to try and avoid these trees and branches and this waves of almost liquid earth, or you can make a con save and just try to outrun it all. Your choice, but I want to save.
I'm going to say dex because
Okay.
I've got a +3 on that. All right.
And if you have the skill of athletics, this would play into that.
I don't. So 7.
That's unfortunate, Bill. Okay. Chad, I'm going to make an attack roll against you.
Okay.
You're caught in almost like, so you're running over the ground and it's almost like quicksand, like you're having to pull your legs out of it, but you manage to keep out of the grasp of the trees and from being overwhelmed by like a wave of earth.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Um, you have made no forward progress to the car. You're kind of stuck into it. You're going to have to make a couple of successes to get to the car, but as long as you can avoid being hit or make your save, you may be able to get to the car safely. People around you, not so lucky. Not so lucky.
Okay. So I should make another
No,
save.
no. We're gonna cut scenes for just a moment here. Richard or Professor Dunhill, I think your confidence is worn out because it only lasted for an hour.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So how are you reacting? You're hearing the screams, but again, you're kind of almost being lulled into this trance.
I'm
with-
sure whatever is happening over that way
Is
you know,
fine.
it's fine. I'm sure it's all perfectly natural, and whatever's happening over there is, good for, I don't know, thinning out the bad actors from the good actors, and it will just
God.
improve the quality of the acting all over the campus. Yep.
The student that has the bowl of blood approaches you and dips his hands into the blood and goes to make the sign on your head. Do you allow it or do you not?
Tell him to fuck off.
No, yeah, I was going to pop my head in the circle just to see.
Okay, yeah.
whether I could
You
get
feel the
blood there,
warm
which is
blood
sweet.
tracing some kind of symbol on your
Alright,
head. Go ahead and make me a magic save again. And whether you succeed or fail, you won't know the consequences right away. So
Yeah, that's fine.
you're welcome. What I'm trying to say is you're welcome to use a point to reroll if you fail, but even
Maybe
if you
failing
fail,
is
it's
good
not
at
a
this time.
yeah.
Ooh, I think that is actually a fail.
You're gonna get pregnant. You're gonna get pregnant.
I'm sure whatever's happening to me right now is perfectly
It's meant to
fine.
happen.
It's gonna be good. It's
Okay.
fine. So I'll take the fail. Yeah.
All right. Lars, I'm going to say because you're cowering and you're very fearful, they do approach you, but you're not going to let them put the mark on you because you're just terrified of everything right now. So they pass you by. And so Fake, you're still there. You see what's going on over there. It approaches you. It dips the hand in the blood again. You see his eyes. There are no pupils. It's just pools of ink.
I'm on the outer circle.
Yeah, he's come out of the circle and he's approaching you.
What does my gut tell me? Can I do a gut check?
Your gut tells you this is all very bad.
Okay. I'm going to be like, oh, no thanks. I had some earlier.
Okay, yeah, the protesting is just taking a step back or putting up your hand. He just passes you by. Okay. So that's going to be basically, what did you roll, Lars? How many rounds again? 4?
4 here.
4. Okay, so this will be the third round that you're still kind of comatose there. Bill, give me another roll. Either a dex save or a con if you're just going to book it. If you have athletics, you can add athletics.
+3, so 15.
Is that a fail? You're trying to get under your save
I'm
or
trying
under
to
your stat.
under my dex. Yeah, that's under my dex.
Okay, you're good. So you got to make one more success. Okay. So Dunhill, we'll say this is the end of your being terrified. All right. So you snap out. No, sorry, Lars. You snap out of it. You're still in the middle. The chanting's still going on. The man just passed you by with the blood bowl. You hear screams outside of these flames. It's really hard to see over there, but everything seems to be moving and undulating around you through the flame. What do you want to do?
I couldn't be surprised if I'm still what? Because remember, according to me, I've never encountered anything paranormal. So,
well, you're still not encountering anything paranormal. You're hearing screams, and you're seeing the ground and the trees move, but it's through that very intense flame, which.
I'm not sure. I am really not sure what I need to do at this moment. Okay, what? Take a moment to probably at least another round of just going, what?
Okay, no, that's fine. So that leads us back to Bill. Bill, you make one more attempt. If you make it, you get to the car.
Okay.
So equal to or under your dex or your con.
Okay. Can I use my parkour skill?
Yeah, if you're using dex, sure. You can throw parkour in there.
Maybe you have to shout parkour at the same
Because
time.
you have to shout parkour, yeah.
Parkour. Yeah, that's less.
Okay, the parkour skill would have actually made it lower for you. So, but yeah, that's still. So what happens is, since you're using parkour, it means you're actually trying to avoid something. So a tree reaches down and it goes in to impale you, and you hop up and you jump on it and you run up the limb and then hop off into the roof of your car.
So I'm Legolas now.
So you're at the car. What do you want to do? Some other folks seem to have made it to car. The professor of the drama club is in the car. He's dragged along a couple of the students, threw them in the back of the Jeep, and he's trying to get the car to start. It sounds like he's flooded the engine though. It's just doing the thing. He's giving it too much gas. He's got the headlights on though, and everything around you is like the trees are moving, the trees are walking.
Okay, I push him to the other seat and
No, it's two different vehicles. You're in your own vehicle. You're in the
I'm starting the car then.
Okay. Do you want to just leave everyone or
No, I'm gonna try and get my folks.
Ooh, you have to drive through the area that the trees. So you want to do that? Okay. Go ahead and make your drive roll. I'm just going to have you do one roll.
Okay, so D20. What's my driving? I get +4 on this.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy though. So I'm going to say the DC is like 13. 13 seems like a good number.
Okay. So I get +4 to this roll.
Okay.
15.
15. You made the DC. The hypnotizing cadence of the ritual is broken by headlights that suddenly appear as Chad has just kind of driven the Jeep right into the area.
And I'm just going to shout, "Let's go!"
Yeah, I'm parkouring to the car.
You're in the safe zone, so if everybody wants to pile in, you guys can pile in and leave, but there are people screaming and dying behind you. Is that cool?
That
you good with that? Yeah, it sucks for them.
He's not cool, but
I'll get my cameras.
These things happen.
Sure, Lars, you grab the cameras.
The cameras.
All right.
Yep.
Throw them in the Jeep.
Yeah.
You take off.
Yep.
So, yeah, you take off, and we're going to.
I haven't said anything yet. I'm
all right. Yeah.
debating whether I should. You guys go. I'll be fine. Go on.
Okay.
I'll
Immediately. Okay.
I'm gonna grab him and throw him in the car anyway.
Okay. Contested. It's a contested fighting skill then. Both of you go ahead and make me fighting rolls if you have
+3.
Is this strength based in any way? I don't know how I.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. You want to take one of the potions?
No, I'm not going to do it.
Do you resist? Do you actually actively resist? Is probably.
I mean, yeah, I said, yeah, you go. I'll stay. I'll be fine here. Don't worry.
So here's my roll.
Okay.
That should do something, shouldn't it?
Well, it depends on what his roll is.
I'm just gonna make a
D20, and if you have any of the fighting skills, like there are two different ones.
I mean, I have brawling.
Yes.
There's no number to add to that.
No, that's fine. No, yeah. Go ahead and roll.
So yeah.
And then add your strength to it, whatever that might
that's
be.
my strength already added. So 14 is my one.
Okay.
19. So yeah.
Do you have brawling yourself, Chad, or do you have any of the fighting skills?
No.
Okay. Well, you go in and you try to grab the professor. Professor has brawling though. So what happens is, yeah, you go in, you grab him, but he kind of gives you a couple of good shots to the face. You're not able to throw him into the car.
I'm going to yell for assistance.
Fake, I believe that's you. I'm no help to anyone. I know that.
I'm just gonna like Gibbs you in the back of the head and be like, "Just go, just go, just go."
Do you want to slide over to the driver's seat because Chad just left the car to go and grab the professor, so you can just go into the driver's seat if you want.
No,
No?
nope. I'm just calling for him to come back.
Yeah, okay. So it comes back to you, Chad. Professor knows his stuff when it comes to fighting. Do you want to try and actually knock him out and take him? Because you're not going to be able to just grab him.
I'm going to grab a flask and I'm going to throw a fucking thing of moonshine in his face and then grab him.
All right. So first of all, why don't both of you guys roll initiative?
Okay, D6.
Yeah, and then if you've got a dex bonus, since it's one-on-one, you can add your dex bonus.
I like that.
Sure, that would be fun.
Oof. So Chad, you're faster, so you attempt to throw the moonshine into his face, which is going to be a ranged attack roll. It's D20 plus your dex. What's your AC, Professor? Probably 10 because you're. Well, do you have a dex bonus?
I do. It's -1.
Ooh, so 9. Your AC is 9. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So even with aiming penalties, that's going to hit you right in the face. So you've got burning alcohol in your eyes, Professor, meaning you're effectively blind. What do you want to do? It is your turn next. The chanting is stopped.
Scrabble to clean my face, which will probably clean off the mark that was on there as well in blood. So just so that I can.
You're cleaning your face, trying to blink your eyes. You're expecting there to be blood on your hands. There's not.
That's to think. That's time to think about that at a different time, I guess. So,
yep. The other thing that happens here, Chad, everybody in the ritual circle, the ritual stopped, and everyone turns their heads to you at once. And in the light of the Jeep, you notice none of them have pupil. Their eyes are just black. You know, there's no pupil. There's no. It's just no black mass behind their eyes.
I just yell at them.
It's your turn again. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab him and try to push him into the car.
Okay. Go ahead. Make a melee attack roll. I'm gonna say for this round, Professor, you are considered blind. So you're gonna roll as well, but you're gonna be at a -4.
So you're blind fighting?
Unless you
No. Alas not.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
That's not good. Yeah. All right, Chad. What'd you get?
19.
Okay, yeah. In this case, Chad's able to grab you and kind of bodily. He almost does like the suplex thing where he throws you into the back of the Jeep. So you land kind of hard back there, and I assume Chad, as soon as you do that, you run and just stomp on the gas.
Yes.
Okay. So, Professor, you're free to jump out of the back of a moving vehicle if you want. Go ahead, Lars.
I've got the camera and the rig set up and filming what I can while we're driving.
No.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
No, I am not jumping out the back of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Hey, if this is where it's at,
if this is the will of the universe.
Yeah.
Right, and you guys jet off into the night. We'll end there, but I will ask: you still gonna go make the rave?
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't we?
It depends where Chad's driving us, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, it does. He's the one driving. So.
All right. Yeah. We'll end there. And we'll see what happens next time. Real quick, Richard, go ahead and plug your channel, please.
I don't know why I would bother. I mean, everything's the same whether you come to it or not. I stream video games, and me playing them badly here on Twitch at LMTTTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited
Limited
time
time
offer.
offer.
No
No
vowels.
vowels.
No
Mm,
vowels.
Still not a barbershop
Not a
quartet.
one.
Jameis, tell us about your blog.
Got a blog, mainly just put movie reviews on there, not much else. And I just recently had a look at all the Terrifier movies, starring Art the Clown.
I picked those up.
Then-
I was going to watch those. Yeah. Dion.
Yes, well, when you're not finding me here playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends, that's you guys, by the way, you can find me at my channel, Substances Used, where I play retro JRPGs and I do a lot of Grand Theft Auto roleplay. We're playing through Octopath Traveler. I know it's not retro, but it's been a very good playthrough if you like JRPGs. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. It's fun. So yeah, you can check that out. Also, Fran might be mayor of the city in the
Nice.
suburb I'm in. Well, deputy mayor, but mayor.
By killing out all
That's
other
cool.
contenders.
That's
We're waiting for the votes to be counted.
Votes. But if you found us, you know where we are. Go to Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. All of our social media links are there, as well as the link to our Discord channel where you can talk to us there. And there are many, many more years that I'm going to tell anymore because it's kind of bad how many years of audio there is out there of this silliness and other silliness, not like this, but it's all silly. And you can check that out at bluemagic.com as well. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good
Actually,
night,
I'm
everybody.
sorry,
Everybody.
Bill, you had an announcement.
Yes.
What is it you're going to be doing very soon, Bill?
Well, I'm running both the One Ring Second Edition. It's actually going to be the featured TTRPG at the Mechanicsville Nerds gathering that month. And I'm also going to be starting games of the Necromancers game that's going to be kickstarted by Frog God here shortly.
Ooh, nice stuff. Is it going to be streamed?
I do not know if it's going to be streamed.
All right. Well, let us know when you find out, and we'll plug those for you. All right. Now we can say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Not again, everybody.